And to the undisclosed location here on this rainy and sloppy Monday morning. What the hell? Does it ever rain without it sounding like it's going to be Armageddon anymore?
I mean, not here.
I mean, jeez.
I don't think we're going to get out of here.
It's good white noise.
The entire night, man. I mean, the rain overnight, it sounded like the world was ending at about 1:30 this morning. But it will be raining here all day in South Louisiana, but we are celebrating recruiting as it was official on Sunday afternoon. Will Wade said that he was going to continue to do work, and he is. My man picked up the biggest commitment. Five-Star Center Efton Reid made it official. Sent the paperwork in so we can actually talk to Will Wade about Efton Reid and Adam Miller. Both of their paperwork came in since the last time we talked to Wade last Monday, when the paperwork had come in already on Tari Eason and the crew. Will Wade and LSU basketball continuing to do work. He will be here in 1 hour. Wade will stop by in 1 hour here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Looking forward to catching up with LSU's basketball's head coach as this roster going into the season has been upgraded. And when you think about the team that they just graduated and left behind, of the guys that are moving on, and the possibility of Darius Days returning, we'll talk to Wade again about that storyline that we mentioned last week. The potential of what this roster can look like. We're going to dive into it coming up here on the Jordy Culotta Show. 8 a.m. this morning, Will Wade stopping by here on the Jordy Culotta Show, presented by Go Chevrolet, driven and powered by Go every day. Remember, online at GEAUXchevrolet.com. New cars out in LaPlace, Louisiana, and used cars over here in Florida Boulevard at the newest used car lot, Go Express Auto Sales. Stop in and see him over there. Will Wade, 8 a.m. Representative John Stefanski going to be inside of the undisclosed location here at 7:30 this morning. Yes, get your Monday moving, people, as the representative will be talking about the sports gambling bill that is on the floor today. He is a part of that bill. He will be talking about what that bill needs to move on. It looks like the mobile capabilities are going to be attached to this bill, so all things pointing in the right direction for Louisiana and sports gambling. We'll get an update. Also going to talk to the representative about name, image, and likeness. We've seen this popping up over states, all over states, as the legislative session is happening across the country.
Made like a blueprint that's been leading the way in name and like, or is everyone just playing at their own pace?
We'll ask him, yeah, but I mean, like Florida.
Yeah, Florida just did.
Florida,
right?
but they had something tucked into an earmark that had it put on like probation for a year. Georgia has it written into law where the state can take 80% of the ad dollars that are spent on name, image, and likeness.
Wow.
Texas.
And can't they spread it around to other
And they're spreading it around to other athletes.
That doesn't sound like name, image, and likeness to me.
I know.
No, that's just NCAA, man.
Yeah, that sounds like very
That
NCAA.
was disappointing.
Texas is trying to fast track it. Alabama is trying to fast track it. I mean, we've seen some people and some coaches up at state capitals around the country really urging for this to get green lit. So we'll talk to Stefanski coming up here in a couple of minutes. He'll be inside of the UDL at 7:30 this morning, and then at 8:15, Efton Reid's mom,
Mama Bear.
going to be here.
Mama Bear.
Mama Bear. She goes by Maria. I just texted her to see get confirmation whether it was Maria Reid on the.
She goes by Maria. Is that her name?
On the proper introduction, it looks like she goes by Mama Bear.
It looks like to me.
I
But her
mean,
given name is Maria?
I guess so.
A Christian name?
She refers to herself in the third person, and every time she refers to the third person, she goes Mama Bear.
How are you going to
Henderson.
nickname her?
I mean, I'm going Mama Bear until she
Okay.
tells me anything else. But I'm looking forward to the conversation with Efton Reid's mom.
I want to see how much she would have to spend a week on food during like the growth spurt time period. Oh, that kid
Huge.
destroyed the fridge.
Food, clothes.
How tall
yeah.
is he?
7'1".
7'1".
But want to
Fierce.
talk to him about. I want to talk to her about the recruiting, and Pittsburgh seemed like the team to beat for LSU coming down the stretch there. It was. It sounds like it was a wild ride in recruiting. This announcement was supposed to be made last week. It was delayed a couple of days, and then on Mother's Day, Efton Reid pops and goes to LSU as it was official. He put it out on his Twitter. And then everybody started to pick it up, and Will Wade and LSU and potentially. And real quick, let's remind you that our coffee is locally brewed down here in South Louisiana over at Majestic Coffee. Get your grounds online.
Delicioussips.com.
And then everybody that's on the phone line, is brought to you by Metropolitan Health Group. So Charles Harvey and Jason Ramazan and the crew over at Metropolitan Health Group, real doctors, real solutions. Will Wade and Efton Reid's mom, Maria, will be here at 8:15. Compliments of Metropolitan Health Group on our phone lines, which are brought to you by those guys every single day, and we're so grateful for their support. This LSU basketball team, right? There's stuff that we will get to coming up here. LSU baseball takes 2 of 3 from Auburn over the weekend. Some storylines to look out in the NBA. David Griffin fined $50,000 for his comments on Zion, and I support Griffin and what he said. I mean, it's a joke that Zion, as much as he was going to the free throw line, and as much as he impacts the game, he still is getting mauled out there. And it's understandable he's still a young player, but you still have to officiate the game. And Griffin let his emotions be heard.
$50K fine?
$50,000.
Is that a big deal?
I mean,
So
not I mean, from the number
It's just kinda
standpoint,
like, okay, we'll
it's
pay it.
not. Yeah, I mean, it's $50,000 to the New Orleans
$5
Pelicans.
million a year, probably as an executive. Crazy money. So.
But he's not paying that. I mean, the Pelicans are paying that for him. And, I mean, $50,000 to an NBA franchise is not a lot of money. But, I mean, it is just to send a message of you can't criticize the league and the officials in the, in the open market. You just can't say that out loud. But, I mean,
But I read what
Griffin,
the players were saying out loud. I mean, they had all of their comments about what they were going to do to him, to Zion.
Yeah, and if you just watch the game.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the way that game ended, the game that he's talking about.
Was this in context of the Nuggets game?
Yes, the Nuggets.
Okay.
And the ending there, at the end when he got it, and I mean, somebody just came down and clubbed him on the head. I mean, he's out indefinitely with a broken finger. And I mean, it's crazy that it's taken this long for him to be hurt. I mean, for as rough as the play has been. David Griffin said on Friday night, we told the NBA through every means available to us, through sending in film, through speaking to everybody in the officials department, everybody in basketball operations, that the way that they were officiating Zion was going to get him injured. And quite frankly, he's injured because of the open season that there's been on Zion Williamson in the paint. He's absolutely been mauled in the paint on a regular basis, to the point that other players have said to him, I'm going to keep doing this to you because they don't call it. There's more violence encouraged in the paint than any other player I've seen since Shaquille O'Neal. It was egregious and horrific, and the same is true now. And
why is that allowed? That's the article I read too. Why is that allowed? Why has that been allowed so much?
Well, I mean, there seems to be a respect level that has to be paid in the NBA for somebody to get these types of calls. But more, there is a human element to it when you're on the whistle and you're watching guys like Shaquille O'Neal and Zion Williamson that have 6'8", 6'9" guys routinely bouncing off of them and falling to the floor, that your eyeballs and your brain sometimes tell you that he's the one administering the punishment. He's the one that's dishing out the abuse. Mm-hmm. And when you're watching that in an officiating forum, sometimes I think it's tough. I was talking to an official who called Shaquille O'Neal in college years back. We were at an officiating conference, and the guy that was speaking there called SEC games during Shaquille O'Neal's days, and he was talking about how you had to train yourself to what you were watching, because nobody had ever seen that before. Nobody had ever seen somebody with that size of brute strength have those types of athletes just bouncing off of them. He was talking about a time when, I don't know if anybody in the room remembers Oliver Miller at Arkansas. He went on to play with the Phoenix Suns. He played with Charles Barkley's Phoenix Suns team. He blew up to become like this 350-pound, 380-pound guy because he just couldn't control his weight. Jeez. He was an enormous player at Arkansas during his college days. And the guy was referencing the first time that he called Shaq and Oliver Miller in a game, and he referenced it was like calling Ewing Olajuwon. It was like calling Wilt Russell, because of just the size of these cats and the strength of these guys. And this is going back to what he said. You had to tell yourself not to watch. You had to tell yourself, I got to officiate this thing. I got to govern what's illegal, what's legal with these two just,
behemoths.
Yeah, absolutely. Just generational players, right? Just guys that don't come along, every day. Zion's he's in that discussion. I mean, he's in that protocol in the sense of you just never seen anything like him. You've never seen anybody that can jump like that with that type of size and strength. And I think that there is a conditioning period to where you have to really train yourself to call it. Now, at the professional level, these are the best guys in that trade. They see this a lot more than the college guys do, than the high school guys do. You would think that they would be trained and ready for a player like Zion, and he's been playing for over a year and a half now. I mean, he's not necessarily new anymore, and he's getting clubbed. He's getting mauled. I think Griffin said it best. I mean, if you watch him play, there is times when I've seen players extend their arms and shove him. I mean, this is almost an intentional foul in basketball when you see somebody's arms locked straight out. I mean, you can routinely see that with people defending Zion. When he jumps, they try to almost push him, which is very dangerous. I mean, if that cat loses his feet and comes down off of his second bounce, he's coming down from 50 inches in the air.
300 it's 300 pounds. And
I mean, 6'7", 300 pounds coming down off the ground at 50 inches is dangerous.
Exactly.
So
who would you say gets the superstar calls? I'd say Curry, LeBron, Harden.
Yep, KD.
KD.
Yeah. Just think about the guys that have been in the league for a long time that are the face of the league. The guys at the NBA markets. Don't think that there's not a direct line to the head of officiating that says we got to make sure and keep these guys healthy. Just like Goodell's office has a line to the head of officiating that says keep our quarterbacks upright. Make sure that our quarterbacks aren't touched and are not injured because we got people to pay. We got advertisers to sell to, and they're buying Tom Brady. They're not buying Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fitzmagic, though.
You know what I mean?
Going back to the original,
and I'm not talking about Fitzmagic. I'm talking about the old Tulane quarterback that was carrying him off the boat after the avocado.
Well, yeah, that was his moment in the sun, dude. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Didn't even know he existed until that moment.
If he takes a snap for Tampa on a Sunday, you watching the game?
No, you don't want to see T.J. Yates running around out there.
Exactly.
Yates to hell.
Look, I'm glad that Griffin said something.
I think NBA execs should be able to call them. I think there should be accountability.
I also believe that referees should have press conferences just like Zion Williamson should, just like Alvin Gentry, just like the head coach. Stan Van Gundy? You know what I mean? Just like those guys go and meet with the media after the games, so should the officials. Why did you not call that foul on Zion at the end of the game? Explain yourself. I mean, what did you see that the rest of the world? What did you not see that the rest of the world saw? Why didn't you blow your whistle?
But they've never had to do that, right?
The NBA would never put them out there to allow that because they know that one of them would say, "Well, we can't make that call."
Yeah.
Not even in football.
You know what I mean? You can't take that. You can't take that. And they want to say, "Well, it's because the safety of the official." Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
Well, they have the 2-minute report that they do after every game, where they go over the fouls in the last 2 minutes, and they have to kind of exactly. And they're like, "Oh, we missed it," but exactly. It's a lot of conjecture. It's very political.
Just so I can give you some written statement saying that we're sorry, we saw it, we missed it.
PR intern writes it up.
I'll see you at game 2.
Send the Pelicans the uniform. We're sorry sheet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like they just have one
Copy,
on file.
paste,
Yes, here you go. Send it down to Griffin. Send it down to Gale. Let them see it. So we'll get a little bit back more to that. But the huge story is, and I'm burying the lead here, and I'm sorry because I know a lot of you are tuning in to hear about LSU. But Efton Reid and LSU strike again. I thought it was so funny. I told the crew this morning. I woke up. I woke up during the storm last night at about 2:30 in the morning, and I've got one text message. From Dick Vitale. At 11:59 p.m. last night, the old man's still up, which is 12:59
Orlando time,
a.m. Florida time. So he's still up, and he sends me no verbiage, no message, nothing to talk about basketball, just one link to his Facebook, one Facebook link to the success that his charity event had over the weekend. That was it. Just wanted me to see the amount of support that Vital was able to churn up over the weekend and get support for his charity. I didn't send anything back. I didn't respond to the text. It was good to see the success that Dick Vitale had on the charity circuit over the weekend. But I think that was probably a response to the LSU fans just fogging his inbox with shade after LSU has absolutely dominated college basketball recruiting for the last 2 weeks. When you look at the way that Will Wade has transformed this roster going into the offseason with still work on the table, as we'll ask him here in less than an hour. Are you done, Coach? He laughed us out of that question a week ago. Nearly laughed us off the set when we asked him, are you finished? We'll ask him again this morning how much more work there is on reconstructing this roster. But when you look at this roster, exactly how it's built right now, and reminding you that Efton Reid and Adam Miller's papers have come in to LSU. They are officially Tigers. Wade will be able to speak about both of those guys in 40 minutes right here on the Jordy Culotta Show. So stick around. We will talk to him about the possibility of some of his lineups. But when you look at his roster on paper and you just start naming the names, Xavier Pinson, Adam Miller, Josh Mwani Wilkinson, Josh LeBlanc.
Tyree Eason's an underthought now. I completely forgot about him.
Eason is a guy that is probably going to be the unsung hero of this team, a guy that we don't even recognize and don't even talk about.
Conference player. Oh, we have him?
All conference player coming out, was a standout high school player coming out of the Seattle area. Seneca Knight, Eric Gaines, Jarrell Colbert is another one coming in with big size. Alex Fudge is already on campus. Tyree Eason, Ezewiro's coming in, a part of this recruiting class. I mean, you think about the defensive potential of this program next season. We all know Wade's teams are going to score, right? I mean, Wade has proven in his first 4 years at LSU, he has this mindset of one of these running gun type football offensive coordinators where his team is always going to score. They may not be able to stop on the other end consistently like you want, but they will score with anybody. So you know this team is going to be offensively gifted. But when you think about what the possibilities are defensively, he said a week ago last week he's been trying to find the replacement for Cavell Bigby-Williams since he left. Not Naz Reid, not Tremont Waters, not some of these guys that are turning over this year like Trendon Watford and Javonte Smart. It's been Cavell Bigby-Williams that has kept him up at night and on the recruiting trail, beating the streets, trying to find who is next. Efton Reid, if he ain't it, I don't know who is.
That's the mold.
I mean, this cat can run rim to rim. He's got great hand-eye coordination in the open floor where he can catch the basketball while he's moving. And then defensively, he's got to be the most dominant shot blocker right now. I know that he is from a standpoint of recruits. He's a top 20 recruit overall, but he's the third-ranked center in the country. But when you read some of his defensive attributes, it is rim protection. I mean, that is obviously what he does best on a high school level. Can that translate to the SEC? You would imagine so when you just look at his skill set.
I want to know about his height. I'm hearing 6'9". I'm hearing 7'1".
He looks 7 feet.
No way
sure.
he's 6'9".
He looks 7 feet.
Massive.
He looks, I mean, we'll ask his mom. We'll ask his mom at 8:15. We'll ask his mom at 8:15. But, I mean, I didn't even mention Sharif O'Neal. You know, I mean, just the combinations of potentially what you could put out there, the length, the ability of athleticism. I thought that for as good as LSU was this year, and LSU was fantastic as the way that they were put together, athletically, they left a little to be desired. They left like you feeling like you could upgrade at certain areas in athleticism, right? Trendon Watford is a bona fide basketball player. I mean, that cat can wake up and get you 28 points on the wood. I don't know how good of a football player he would be. I don't know how good of a just a natural athlete he would be.
We see him moving laterally.
Absolutely. I mean, if you watch Xavier Pinson move, if you watch Mwani Wilkinson play last year, if you look at Adam Miller and the way that he plays, if you see If you see Efton Reid on the recruiting trail and some of his video highlights and what they're picking up there, Alex Fudge, Brandon Murray, who is a teammate of Efton Reid over at IMG Academy, very athletic. The athleticism that has been upticked here in this roster, this roster turnover, I think is maybe something that we're missing out in talking about, because there's a ton of basketball talent, and there's a ton of skill, and there's a ton of reason to be excited about next season when thinking about potentially how good they could be. I got them as a top 10 team in the country going in to the season with the way that this roster looks right now.
For sure. I
mean, the way that people are respecting Adam Miller in the transfer portal, the way that people are talking about Tyree Eason and Xavier Pinson and the addition to LSU, to everything he's done in building depth behind those guys, I've got them as a top 10 team in the country right now. I think that they're ahead of the league going in. They're a top 3 team in the league going into next season, and they're without question a second weekend tournament team in what they look like and the way that they're constructed right now. There's a ton that happens between now and all of those moments happening. Got to stay healthy. Everything's got to work out from an academic standpoint. All these guys got to get in here, and from a chemistry standpoint, got to gel together. And like I said, he may not be done. There may be more guys out there that he could be adding to the mix.
Get Days back. That's a scary team.
And I was sharing with our crew this morning. Sire Wheeler is in the transfer portal at the University of Georgia, and he is looking at a couple of schools.
Why
Kansas,
is he leaving?
LSU, because it's just the fad thing to do right now. I mean, I guess it's. I mean, when you look around, there's 1,400 kids in this thing.
Yeah.
There's 1,400 student athletes in this transfer portal. Where, I mean, Adam Miller doesn't make any sense at Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam Miller was sitting behind 2 bona fide pros. He was about to step in and be the face of the program at Illinois this season, and for whatever reason, he puts his name at the portal. He's at LSU now. Mm-hmm. Papers are in, right?
No Louisiana connection.
So I mean, Sire Wheeler looks like he was Georgia's best player, top 2-3 players last year. He's decided to put his name in the portal, and him and his dad sit down and go through the decision-making process on social media. It's called The Options on Sahir Wheeler's Instagram, on IG Live. They sit down and they go through all of the schools, and they talk about the pros and the cons. The first school that they debate is Kansas. The second school they debate is LSU. And I'm telling you, the promotion of recruiting that Sahir Wheeler's dad gives Will Wade in LSU basketball cannot be bought for any amount of money that you spend on resources in recruiting, on promotion, on exploiting your program. Sahir Wheeler's dad says on IG Live that Will Wade is the Elon Musk of college basketball. Says this guy, and we can ask our next guest about this, who met Will Wade over the last week, and he said once when Wade got off the table, this guy would have been successful in anything. It's not just college basketball. And that's what Sahir Wheeler's dad said on IG Live, that the last time I checked had been seen by 11,000 people. And it went up on Saturday.
Free marketing, man.
Free marketing. I mean, and major promotion that you can get from one of the top transfers going into the portal, talking about the options and the decisions that he has on the table and the strong suits of the guys that are trying to pitch him. And it doesn't seem like Wade has any competition from what he's selling. And what Wheeler's dad talks about is the plan to develop Sahir, and how everybody had a plan, but Will Wade came in with a descriptive plan and spelled it out. And everything he was talking about, you could tell the Wheelers were very impressed with. And they're going there and they're watching LSU play, and you can hear Sahir talking about breaking down the advantages of playing in a system that Wade is running. I'm telling you, the promotion in that video, let's make sure we put that out on our social media. I sent it to you.
Yep. And you can play it from your phone if you want to do, play the audio clip if you want to fast. It's at 626, and if you want to do the Bluetooth from your phone, you can get the audio now.
Okay. All right. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's worth it. I mean, it really is. It really is worth it. It's very good. And
free marketing.
It's it's unbelievable just to hear them break down the minutia of basketball almost, and how they're sitting there and watching it, and you realize how much these guys know about basketball. And they're not making, like we say the portal is this like new fad, but they're very much thinking about the decisions they're making and where they want to go and how they fit into the schools that they're going to, or pretending, like, not pretending, but deciding where they want to go. Like, they're not looking at just, oh, I want to go here because I'm going to play. It's like, look at his system and how I can fit in here. And it's a very educated decision that they're trying to make, and you can see it. Yeah. It's a dad and his son, like, breaking it down.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I think, you want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so we got the Bluetooth up?
Yeah.
Like, that dude was like the Elon Musk of college basketball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would have been good and probably successful in any industry. The fact that he coaching college basketball make him dangerous. Because he get it. Like, he and I thought he expressed the most detailed idea of how he would help you get better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude saying, all right, we got a plan and, you know, that kind of stuff. And we're going to help him, but he went into detail how he was going to help. And I believe him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so thorough. Like, the explanation was so thorough. I think it makes you better. I mean, obviously, the player personnel goes up a notch or two, but I think, you know, in the same fashion you were able to have success, I think he can exploit more stuff because he's already had someone like that. Yeah. And
I mean, that's Wheeler talking about LSU and Will Wade. You can't buy that promotion. You can't spend any amount of money to get that type of feedback and put your sales pitch out into the public like that raw piece of video did in 20 seconds for Wade and LSU basketball over the weekend. And they're continuing to clean up. They're cleaning up right now, and they're not done.
The brand is so hot.
It really is. The men's and women's basketball brand at LSU right now feel like a true player in the sport. I've got them over under 3 years, both programs in the Final Four.
Wait until those facilities. Wait until they start changing them.
We'll see if those are on the way. We got Representative John Stefanski in the UDL. We'll see
some of that gambling money going.
That's right, man. Gambling bill, name, image, and likeness. Coach Mulkey was up at session last week. We'll see the impact that she made on this on the legislators, but it's a big day for the gambling bill, and the representative is going to start the day here at the undisclosed location. We appreciate that very much. We will get him into the seat next. Remember, Daily, we're brought to you by Johnson and Spillers Dentistry. Get in touch with Dr. Johnson and Dr. Spillers if they can help you with any dental needs, whether it's pediatric dentists or anything for you. Their website is fantastic, johnsonspillers.com. They're on Facebook. They're all over social media. 2 locations, one in Baton Rouge, one in Gonzales. Stop by and see them, johnsonspillers.com. Next, we link up with our man, Captain America, Representative John Stefanski in the UDL next. My man. What's up, man? Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com to learn more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in LaPlace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Welcome back into the UDL. Good to see our friend, our guy, hooking up with us during legislative session. I know it's a very busy time right now, and it's going to be a busy time for Representative John Stefanski as he is in the UDL here on this Monday, May 10th. As a lot of people talking about the gambling bills, a lot of people talking about name, image, and likeness, and we'll be able to touch on all that coming up on the next couple of minutes. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Yeah, man, yeah, good. You?
Yeah, all good. Good news for our boy Willie Wade as he continues to dominate the recruiting trail.
What about your boy Will, man? He's cleaning up.
Cleaning up.
These transfer rules are really benefiting LSU.
They really are.
And it's amazing, and that's, look, you can't win without talent. And the guy knows talent. He knows how to get talent, and we're seeing that. He's revamped a roster that, look, our roster last year, okay, maybe you can argue that the end results weren't as good as most people were expecting, but the talent on that team was unbelievable. Yeah. And here he comes again, He's snatching people left and right. Why? He probably gives other coaches nightmares. Like, watch out. For
sure.
Does that not just give credence to why Roy Williams left? He's looking at this and going, Jesus Christ, I can't keep up. Like you said, y'all were with Willie, and he's working the phone. It's it never stops.
Well,
dude.
I think that's what Roy Williams was looking at.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
I could have my best player cherry picked off my roster. Like Adam Miller at Illinois. You think about where he was. He was sitting behind. He was a freshman. He was sitting behind two guys that were superstars last year. He played a lot of minutes, was really ready to become the face of the program, and now he's in the transfer portal. I think you just the timidness of this sport and just being able to retain your roster. You met him over the last couple of weeks. What do you think? Both of you guys have that driven quality to you where you want to be great, and it was fun to watch you guys and just talking across some bread, breaking bread together. What do you think makes him so good?
Yeah, look, obviously I've been a big fan for a long time. I've been an LSU basketball fan since I was little, from the Shaq days, kind of like you. And when Will came to LSU, you could tell it was different. The way he spoke about the program, the way he attacks recruiting. I've been impressed and just been a big fan for a long time. So that was very cool for me, first off. And then, kind of like you mentioned it earlier, I think Will would probably do well in just about everything he did. You can tell his personality, the way he's driven. I hope he doesn't run for politics soon, or at least I hope he doesn't move to Crowley and run against me, because I probably wouldn't win that race.
I don't know, man. Maybe the only man in the state that could beat Willie Wade head up right now is
Stefanski. Alpha v Alpha, dude. What is in the ring?
A huge day for you. Right?
Yeah, no, this is a big day. Obviously that's why. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime.
Absolutely, because it's an important day. There's been a lot that's come in today. Today's finally the day that we're bringing my sports betting bill on the floor. So it'll be voted on by hopefully 105 people will be there today. The more people, the better, because I have the tax and the fee bill, and then the lottery portion of the bill. Those three portions, and those three portions require a 2/3 vote under our Constitution. So I want as many people in the seats as possible. We've worked really hard to mold this bill into what it will be. There were a lot of ideas. I spoke the first time I was on. I was talking about what's it going to be. Is it going to be mobile? Is it going to be this kiosk idea? Is it going to be just in the casinos? And we finally settled on, and what I hope the members of the legislature will join me on is full mobile, so you're able to play on your phone. I think that's very, very important. But
that's crucial, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's crucial, right?
Number one, let's just talk about the fans. Let's talk about people who want to do it. We want it convenient. You don't want to necessarily have to go drive to LaBerge to go do it, or drive to one of these other casinos. You will, I think, if you have to, but it shouldn't be that hard. And then secondly, we really, really worked hard. We heard from the bar owners. We heard from restaurant owners, a way for locals to be able to participate. And that's where this lottery aspect comes in. The lottery will have the retail option to put one of these kiosks in your local bar and in your local restaurant, which, look, I don't think the bulk of the money is going to come from that. But if we're going to make this legal in Louisiana, we were really concentrating on finding a way for our locals to participate, your retail to participate. They've been hammered. With COVID, bars took it in the teeth. And so if you can create a new revenue source for them, and also just an incentive for people to come into the bar, I think that's big, and so that was important to us as well. We finally settled on our tax rate, which there was a lot of, as you can imagine, the team of lobbyists that they employed to come after me. They thought our initial rate was a little high, and this is important. y'all don't pay that. So if you're going to participate in sports betting, you're going to go place a bet, the user is not paying that, okay? That is paid on the net gaming proceeds of the company that's running it. So the like casino, FanDuel, DraftKings, who's ever going to run it, or the actual casino is the one paying that taxes.
And then they have to pay me when I win my bet.
Exactly.
Exactly. Perfect.
But think about it. So there's the amount that people bet, and then the amount that they have to pay out. And then that's your net gaming proceeds. And that is what actually gets taxed. That's the company's profit. And so, but it was important that we came on a number that was fair, and eventually what we settled on is a 10% if you actually go into the casino or the retail establishment, and then 15% if it's money derived from your phone. Thought that was fair. Also thought it was important that we have a split rate so that it hopefully incentivizes the company to give you a better benefit when you go into the casino. Maybe that's promotions. Maybe that's maybe a tweak on a special bet, that special prop bet, just to boost. Yeah, and then the same thing for one of the kiosks. It's 10% if you actually bet at the kiosk, 15% if you bet on your phone through the lottery. So hopefully this whole structure makes it through the process. I'm excited for today. I'd ask if it's something that you want to see happen. One of your listeners, make sure send a quick email out to your representative. Send a text if you're lucky enough to have their cell phone number to your senator or your rep, or primarily your rep today, and ask them to vote for my bill today, and ask them to support it.
So as far as the lifeline of the bill is concerned, today is kind of like the opening day. Today's kind of
absolutely. Like historically, it's been much harder to get 2/3 vote in the House than the Senate. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of been the way it always is, and also with the Senate president carrying that other bill, which has to pass as well on the Senate side. He's actually holding his bill. He made a statement in committee the other day. He said, "I'm waiting on Stefanski's bill. Y'all make sure y'all get Stefanski's out, or I'm not moving mine." Wow. And so
it's an enormous day.
Yeah, it's a big day, and there's a ton of work that's gone into this. This has been. This is one of the bills that's taken up the majority of my time for the past couple months. So.
Game day for you.
Yeah, it is, man. That's why I'm in the purple.
Let's go.
Got the game day shirt on. I'm ready to go.
Not nervous to lick this guy.
Well, I mean, he's prepared.
Yes,
Jeff Marsan says inside of the bunker, if only all politicians were as common sense as direct as Stefanski. Amen.
But that's what it's about. Let me touch. I mean, it is. That's what it's about. A lot of people want sports betting to pass because it's more money for the state. That's not really my motivation. My motivation is literally, citizens, the ones that elected you, the people that are chiming in, just going, "Hey, I don't care what it looks like," because most people don't. They don't care what the tax rate is. They don't really care. I mean, they care that they can play on their phone. That's a big deal. But the majority of the specifics, they really don't care about. They're just saying, make it happen.
A lot of people care up at LSU and around universities what happens with name, image, and likeness with what you guys and what you ladies are doing up on Capitol Hill. With this bill, where's the discussion on that? We've seen other states rule on it and talk about it. Where's Louisiana?
Absolutely. So Senator Connick actually has that bill, and it actually has already made it out of the Senate committee, and so it's pending Senate floor. And he filed it last year, so he's been one of those ones who's been looking at this issue and trying to push it. Of course, we had COVID last year, so a lot of things got shelved. But I've read the bill. It makes a lot of sense. I know you spoke earlier about some other states where they tie it to where the university has to get so much of the revenue and that kind of stuff. That's not the way I read our bill. Our bill is purely tailored for the athlete, which I think is the way it's supposed to be. And then it of course has some protections for both the student athlete. The school has to offer a training for them, a financial training to where they understand kind of the ramifications of what they're doing. I think it's got a really good shot, which is funny. I also got a chance to meet our new women's coach, Coach Mulkey, and she was, man, talk about impressive. Right. She spoke to the whole house, got up there to where, and addressed us all. And I was super impressed with her. That's another one I hope I never have to run against, because she
scorched earth.
You may not be able to beat
her. She was impressive, and I've never seen a guest do this, especially an athletics coach. Because we've had, Alvin Gentry has spoke to us before. We've had other coaches come and speak to us, but she was the first one who got up there and talked about that bill, the Senate bill, and said how important name, image, and likeness was, and that it should pass, and was emphatic on us to make sure we passed that, because Louisiana needed it. But not only for that, it was the right thing to do for the athletes, and really spoke from the athletes' perspective. And so impressed with her, and also, man, she gave a good pitch. So I think I might have to replay
unanimous
that.
yays there.
Yeah. I might have to play that for a couple of my colleagues when that bill comes over to the House to
Wow.
remind them that is a big deal. And so, look, I think it has a good shot. And not only that, let's just talk about Louisiana and our sports. I think we need it to stay competitive. I think if all these other states are moving forward with it, we're going to get left behind if we don't have something like that as well. Of course, we have to see what the NCAA is going to do. And you know, there were a lot of, when I was reading the comments, especially from the other senators, there were a lot of, what if this happens or what if that happens? And that's true. You could fall down that rabbit hole on some negative stuff and how it's used for recruiting. But at the end of the day, just think about if, you know, and none of us I wasn't a college athlete. I think, you know, if you were a college athlete, think about you in that position.
Yeah.
And there's an opportunity at 18, you're an adult, you could earn extra money, you're in school, and they can't profit off of that. And it's different, but it's not. You know, it goes down to a basic, you know, just free market kind of system.
Before we move on to our last subject, what about multi-visiting, and how powerful is that? Like, I mean, are you surprised you don't see more of that from state coaches coming into the legislature and not asking for things, but just showing their presence, which has a big effect on all of you?
No, it has a huge effect. And you know, look, we don't control these universities, but we control
Sure.
the budget,
Right.
you know, especially the public ones. And so it was great for me to meet her. You know, of course, being an LSU fan, I was going to love what she was saying anyway. But I thought it was important for me, my colleagues as well. They were all very impressed with her. And I've told that to other coaches, you know, come pop in, even if it's just for a few minutes. I think it pays dividends. But it helps, you know, it helps us as decision makers really understand where these people are coming from.
Yeah.
And so, no, I thought it was big. And look, she gave the whole Louisiana thing about coming home. It was good. You know, she's
fantastic.
She was extremely
Talk about being
impressive.
prepared.
I mean, she's powerful.
Yeah, she hit the nail on the head, though. She really did a good job.
Okay, and then marijuana. I know we've talked to you about marijuana over the past couple of times that you've stopped in, and it seems like Louisiana is trending in the direction of getting some type of medicinal. I know that they're medicinally there, but not from a flower standpoint. Where are we on this issue?
So a couple big bills. You know, number one, the flower. So we do have medicinal marijuana here in Louisiana, but you don't have the smokable form.
Right.
You basically can get a little pod with the liquid. But there was a lot of pushback a couple years ago when we tried to pass the smoking form. This year, we passed it out of the House. It's on its way to the Senate. So that's a big step forward for a couple reasons. Number one, when people think about marijuana, if you want to use it for medicinal purposes, you typically think of it as in the smokable form. And so I think it just kind of made sense. If you're going to have it, you should be able to have it in whatever avenue somebody wants to use it.
Sure.
Now, but recreational. So this is the first time, I think, in the history of Louisiana, a recreational marijuana bill has made it out of House committee.
Wow.
Yeah, or Senate committee. And so that's big. It made really a lot of people kind of pause. Me personally, I didn't think I'd have to make a decision on whether or not that was something that was right for my district at this stage. And you know what's tough about representatives, I'm one of 105, and I represent an area that's very conservative, you know, from Crowley and in that Acadiana area. And, you know, it's in the name. I'm a representative of my district, and they sent me here to do what they, you know, really to represent them and their ideals. And I've been polling this issue in my district. I've been talking to as many people as I can when I'm home, and I'm not home that much. And I was home over the weekend. I literally was grabbing people as I was at the grocery store and other places and asking them what they thought. And look, the Baton Rouge opinion of it and maybe the John Stefanski personal opinion of it is very different than my district's is.
Wow.
And also, you know, very, very different than like a New Orleans. You know,
Right.
It's extremely positive over there. So, I think it may come up for vote today. I have a big decision to make, you know. But in these times, I really do. I try to go back to my district and I try to vote my district. And it's not as popular in those smaller areas as it is in the big cities. And you know what else gives me pause? A lot of people are talking about we need to pass marijuana just for the money. And I think there's a lot of money to be made from the state's perspective on that, because it would be very popular if it was passed. But what we've seen in other states is first it's legalized, and then the next thing they start moving on is, well, you should be able to grow some for your personal consumption. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you move into the personal consumption growth, the tax revenue plummets, because everybody goes, well, if I'm that avid of a user, I'm just going to start growing it at my house. Yeah. And so I don't think that's the right motivation. I think it is the citizens and should, is this something that should be legal? And it should be as simple as that. The money is a secondary thing that I don't think should be your primary concern.
One of the things that I learned in my 1 year lobbying out of college was that all of these discussions and votes are open to the public to come view. And it was something that I would sit there and watch people file in on something that they were passionate about and think to myself, wow, it's so accessible up here. I want to come watch the bill today. What time is there a time roundabout that you think that will be on the floor?
So we go on the floor at 2.
Okay.
I'm not sure where they have my bill scheduled, but I would expect anywhere from probably that 3 to 4 range, 4 p.m., 3 to 5. We'll take that bill up. Again, like I said, it's a 2/3 vote. I've been working other members and talking with them and trying to make sure there's no concerns, trying to make sure they understand what the bill does and all those elements because it's complicated. I think I'm going to propose a set of amendments as soon as we go on the floor. I believe the set of amendments are something like 16 pages.
Oh, wow.
So it's a complicated bill that's taken up a lot of my time. But, yeah, I encourage anybody who's interested in that, come watch. It's pretty cool. We have this whole viewing area up at the top. You can see everything. And we're still kind of in this weird COVID restriction stuff, so we don't allow as much access as we did before. Hopefully we'll get back to that soon because I still don't think they let people sit on the side of the rail anymore. But, yeah, man, come watch.
Yeah, I'll be there,
cool. Hopefully we get this passed and we'll move it on to the Senate and sports betting can be a reality. It's one of those things. I haven't gotten a lot of pushback.
Yeah.
There's 9 parishes that didn't pass it. So if you're a representative of one of those parishes, that's kind of a tough vote for you. If your parish didn't pass it, or should you vote for it? And then there's just some people, it doesn't matter what the tax is, what the fee is. They vote no on every single fee, every single tax, no matter what it is, no matter what it does. But again, I go back to it. To me, this is an easy vote because the people who are using this aren't paying the tax.
Right.
It's the companies that are paying it. And if you're going to legalize this, we need to make sure that it's regulated. And that money really goes to make sure that it is regulated because the last thing you want is when you place a bet, not to have full confidence that line is what it is, and also that you're going to get paid at the end of the day. If you're going to risk your money, you want to make sure that whole system is secure. And so, hopefully everybody supports it. Again, I tell you listeners, if it's something that's important to you, it's so easy. You can go on our website, legislat.la.gov, click on House, click on Find Your Member, and you can find who your individual House member is. Shoot them an email, ask them to support my bill. I believe it's 697. The number has changed, but I believe it's 697, House Bill 697, or just tell them to support Stefanski's bill. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely. The man, Representative John Stefanski, a bright and shining star in Louisiana politics within making sure that we're being represented as a state.
I know you got Will coming on later. Man, LSU, look, again, like I said, I don't make those decisions. They better lock your boy up because
here we go.
I'm telling you, I think the rest of college basketball, if they haven't taken notice, they should be.
They absolutely are.
Guard your recruits because he's coming after him.
I said it on Friday, man. If you don't extend and lock him up, and then everything, finally, when the NCAA does rule that they don't have anything and there's nothing on LSU basketball, and he's kind of out there waving in the wind, and somebody asks to sit down and talk to his agent, next thing you know, you're negotiating against somebody, or overnight he's gone. So I'm with you. And
look, it took me probably 5 minutes of meeting the dude. He's the real deal. He is, man. And I go back to, I think he'd be successful in whatever he does. But luckily LSU has him in this great position, and we need to make sure he stays there for a while because I'm a Will Wade fan. So I'll go on the record on saying that.
Our guy. We are huge fans of Representative John Stefanski. Possibly the next Attorney General, possibly the next governor down the line.
Possibly the next president of the United States of America.
Let's start with sports betting. Let's get sports betting today.
That's right. See you at 3 o'clock, bro.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. This representative here will be back with the Jordy Culotta Show. Will Wade, 8 minutes from now here as we will talk about the success on the recruiting trail for the Tigers.
Cool. So good. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, jordy@jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy@jordyculotta.show.com to learn more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in LaPlace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com to learn more.
Well, folks, it's time to kick it old school, so you can feel cool. Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
Shout out to Representative John Stefanski for stopping inside of the UDL here on game day for the representative as his bill hits the floor. He's looking for 2/3 vote on the gambling bill. I'm telling you, I know that he blushes when we say it in front of him. We know enough people up there at the Capitol who have influence and have been there for a long time and have seen politicians come and go. Representative John Stefanski is as bright of a star as our state has produced in a long time of politicians. He is direct. He shoots you straight. Yeah. There are no secrets with him, and he's very refreshing from a political standpoint. And, you know, I mean,
just there to represent the people.
It is.
That was really awesome to hear that answer.
Wasn't that a good answer?
To hear that. Like, that's their job.
You forget that. You definitely do. You would lose sight that sometimes you want to push your individual agenda, but you're up there representing an area. And no matter how you may individually feel about a certain topic, he's as good as our state has up there. I think he'll be the next attorney general. I think that down the line he will be the governor at some point. And I have talked to two people that have major influence up at the Capitol and have been around and seen a ton of people in those seats. And one who I respect very well told me if the state of Louisiana ever could produce the president of the United States, John Stefanski would be as close to an example as he could give me. So he is very young in his political career, but up to this point, he checks every box, and we appreciate him spending a couple of minutes here with us on what is a huge day for Stefanski and his bill, the sports gambling bill.
I mean, that's logical.
You would think.
You would think.
I mean,
and he was kind of poo-pooing the idea of it just being in like a restaurant. Dude, if you give me 2 or 3 pops and let me go just stumble onto a kiosk, that would be the best time ever. Like, the line would be out the door. I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm going to the kiosk.
Did you just name our next president of the United States?
Not the
kind of
next
like
one.
you named.
Not the next
well, not
one.
the next one, but
But
he
down
would be
the
president.
line.
Kind of like you named Kim Mulkey. You might have just made
the kingmaker.
You might have just
That's
made
what
a
he does.
governor and a president.
Let me tell you, bro. If Stefanski is the president of the United States,
Then you heard it here first.
not only that,
Jordy, predict my future.
we haven't pulled any strings from our relationships, but we will be in the White House.
Do the show in the White
We will
House.
be
The UDL
in
will
the
be
White
in the
House.
White House.
It'll no longer be an undisclosed location.
Remember, Advanaclean brings you the Jordy Culotta Show. Water,
From the
fire,
White House.
mold every
Very
day.
disclosed location.
Reporting every day from the White House. Water, fire, mold. For whatever reason, it rained again down here in South Louisiana, and it sounded like Armageddon. So if you've got water pouring through your ceiling, if you've got water damage, if you've got mold damage at the office, around anything, get in touch with Advanaclean. Call Bradley Lynch or get online at ADVANTA clean.com. Advanaclean, they're over in Industrialplex. All right, we are linking up from Captain America to the American Gangster. We are going from John Stefanski to William Wade, as William has a corner on college basketball right now. And that was refreshing to hear the representative say. Not only that, to lock his ass up. You better lock Will Wade up, because if you do not think that athletic directors, presidents of universities are not paying attention to coaches that are learning and dominating this recruiting of the transfer portal, because that is the future of the sport, and don't look at Wade and say, this cat knows exactly how it works and knows exactly how to get in there and sell, then LSU could be left saying, oh, shit, we lost Wade?
God forbid it's a blue blood call.
Had the hottest girl at the party and you let her get away.
Just because you were a little timid on some allegations that Dickie V and Pat Forty kept floating over your head. I mean,
Dickie V hadn't slept in a week. What do you think? He's not making any sense over there. He's texting
V's
Jordy
up at
about
1:30
charity.
in the morning, sending me links
Don't
to his
trust that
charities.
guy.
No words, no nothing.
Links.
Just links.
Hey, Jordy, check this one out.
Will Wade, 30 seconds from now. Give me 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Real quick.
You want me to fill it, or you want to go to break?
Just Angel Oak.
Just me and you chit-chatting.
Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com to learn more. Huge weekend for LSU basketball. Story of the sport. Will Wade continues to dominate the transfer portal and the recruiting trail as he picked up Efton Reid yesterday. It was official. Papers came through. So did Adam Miller's. We were talking about some of the combinations of what this roster and what this what the personnel could look like for LSU basketball next year. It is scary to think about. I've got them as a top 10 team in the country going into the season with just the roster turnover. It must be exciting from the head coach's standpoint, and he is joining us now here on the Jordy Culotta Show. As always, Phil's Oyster Bar brings us our conversation with William Wade. Willie is here this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
You're doing really good, my man. Officially, Efton Reid and Adam Miller are now Tigers. What does that say? What does that do for your roster from your standpoint?
Well, it certainly completes, it gives us a complete roster at this point. I'd still, if we could add one more versatile piece, I'd still look to do it if it was an upgrade. But as of now, I feel like we've got a very, very good roster that can compete in the top of the SEC and can compete with most teams nationally. Yesterday, Efton, getting Efton was huge, and Kevin Nickelberry, my assistant, he did an unbelievable job recruiting him. But, we just that's been the difference for us. We just haven't had that type guy, especially a versatile guy, a guy who can score in the low post, guy who can play on the perimeter. He can switch defensively. He moves really, really well for as big as he is. We just haven't had that the last 2 years, and that's been the difference. And from when we won the league a couple, 2-3 years ago, and coming in second and third, and I'm sick of coming in second and third. I want to get back to winning it. So, that was a huge piece that we just haven't had.
It seems like the prospect that you have been trying to replace that's been keeping you up at night has been Cavell Bigby Williams. Is Efton Reid it?
Well, he's different than Cavell. We need a Cavell, Nas, Wap, anything, any of the above, a combination of the three, whatever. We just need some size, somebody who can protect the rim a little bit, and so that's been our biggest issue. And we have, we got Efton and Jarrell Colbert now, a freshman. He's one of the top 5 shot blockers in high school basketball, and so he's somebody that can come in and help us protect the rim as well at 6'10". So we've finally been able to address that front line issue, and everybody gets here in 2 weeks, and I'm ready to get on the court and get to work with everybody.
What does Adam Miller do for you?
I mean, he's the one thing he's going to help us with too is he's been a part of a high level team in terms of winning, and he sacrificed a lot for Illinois to win. You're talking about a 4-star, borderline 5-star, top 30 recruit, player of the year in Illinois, who sacrificed a ton of shots for Illinois to win. I think he's going to really help us from a leadership perspective. He's got some really good qualities to him. He puts on a youth camp back home. He's a really, really good kid. I was talking to him. I was talking to him at 9:30 last night, and he had 2 workouts planned for today and different things like that. But I think obviously he's going to help us scoring wise. He's going to be able to put the ball in the basket. He's going to be able to handle the ball. Going to be able to wheel and deal off ball screens. He likes getting others involved. I kind of showed him some. I went through some numerics with him and some analytics with him. He's like, Coach, I think I can average 4 to 5 assists a game. I had him down for about 2.5. I think I can average 4 to 5 assists a game. So he's somebody who's the complete package. Will be able to score. He's a really, really good shooter. He's been in the process of changing the release point on his 3-point shot. I think, he shot 34% last year. I think he'll be a low 40s 3-point shooter this year. And he's physical, can get to the rim and score and get others involved. So very, very excited. Very, very excited about him.
There is a student athlete in the transfer portal right now that was breaking down his options on Instagram Live with his dad, and his dad called you the Elon Musk of college basketball, said you could have been successful in any line of industry that you decided to go into, but that the fact that you're in college basketball is very dangerous just because of your smarts and your skills. Why are you having so much success in the recruiting trail right now and in the transfer portal? How are you relating to these guys where it looks like you were a step ahead of everybody else?
Well, I've certainly been called much worse. So, it's a team effort, man. Our staff does a good job on the Zooms, and we've got a guy, Jake Steinhardt, who nobody knows. Who he's one of our GAs. I'm actually trying to hire him full time right now, but he is absolutely incredible at putting together the presentations for me. We give it to him in all sorts of scattered way, and he puts it all together in this program, and makes it come off exactly how we want it to come off. And we put a lot of time into it. We study it. We've only done probably, I'm going to guess we've done, I've got it written down, but I think we've done 10 or 11 Zooms with kids. So we're not trying to do 100 different Zooms with 100 different kids in the portal. There's a lot of people, anytime somebody goes in the portal, they just set up a Zoom with them. We've done probably 10 or 11, and we've gotten the ones that we want, ones that we need. And so, when you do that, you're able to be very, very detailed. You're able to spend time. You're able to study people's games. You're able to break people's games down. We're just very detailed in how we show them how we're going to get them from where they are to where they want to go, and how that's going to help them improve improve what they want to improve and how it's going to help us improve what we want to improve. Whenever you go into these situations, especially with the transfer, it's got to be a win-win. There's got to be a need on our end, a major need, because you don't want to bring in a transfer that's not going to, not going to be able to help you right away. And then on their end, it's got to be a place where they feel like they can go and change the narrative and do something different than where they were before. And so you just got to be cognizant of that when you're going into it. And we try to be very, very detailed and spend a lot of time and go through the analytics and go through the numbers and show how it, not just go through it, but show how it actually shows up on the court and how it works on the court. And like I said, our staff does a really good job. Jake Steinhardt, Tyrone Green, LeBren, our administrative guys, they're very involved in getting all that together and getting the film together and getting me the film to break down. And, it's a process. It takes us, we've had a couple kids say, well, can I do a Zoom tomorrow? I'm like, no, it takes us 2 or 3 days to kind of get everything together. We're not just doing the Zoom tomorrow. So, it's a team effort, concentrated effort for the right guys. If you target the right guys, I think they appreciate it.
You may have answered this earlier, but I'll ask you, are you done?
Yeah, pretty much. We'll poke around. We're pretty much done. I mean, we got 13 on scholarship right now. We're pretty much done now. I mean, we could find room for one more if it's the right, kind of versatile 3-4, 4-3 type guy. 3-4 really. We could probably find a little bit of room there, as you know.
Maybe
but
he's played here before. I don't know.
You're taking it a little further than I would, but I think y'all get the hint. But we'll be able to figure all that out. But I like where our roster is now. We've got a very, very good, very, very good roster, and there's certainly a chance for us to maybe upgrade it one more time. And if we could do that, we'd certainly do that.
You have proven that you were one of the great offensive coaches in college basketball over the last couple of years, just with the efficiency rate in which your team scores. But when you look at your roster right now with the two newest additions, defensively, you've got to be excited about what you could be next season, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get it to the court, though. I mean, we got to quit talking about it. We got to do it. Like, it sounds good for me to sit on here and tell you how we're going to be improved defensively and all that, but we got to do it. And, I'm tired of talking about it, and our guys are too. But we certainly have some good defensive pieces. I mean, Alex Fudge, we haven't spoken about much. He blocked more shots than anybody in practice. And he only practiced with us for a couple weeks before he got hurt, before we had to sit him out with his injuries and that sort of thing. And so, we've got some good athletic pieces. We're Brandon Murray and Efton's prep school coach, who's a tremendous coach. I've known him a long time, since I recruited Troy Daniels when he was when I was at VCU a long time ago as an assistant. But he said Brandon Murray, and he's coached some great players. He was at Macedon before he was at IMG. He said Brandon Murray is the best ball screen defender he's had since Frank Mason, who was a tremendous player at Kansas, obviously from Petersburg, Virginia. But, so I do think, Murray's going to bring some physicality to us. He's got a physical body, can make shots. I think he's going to bring a physicality to us, defensively. And, Efton obviously can protect the rim. Colbert can protect the rim. Fudge and Mwani are good defensively. Gaines can get after the ball. Penson and Miller. Miller's been in an unbelievable defensive system. Tari Eason led was second in the American in block rate. So I do think we've got some good guys to help us defensively. But at the end of the day, like I said, we got to get it done. We got to quit talking about it. We got to get it done.
Last one, I'll get you out of here. Any updated conversations from last week with Darius Days and how it's looking for him at the next level?
No, he's working out right now. He's in Orlando right now working out, and I think he's going to Atlanta this week. And so I touch base, a couple times a week. I'm in constant contact. Trendon and I were talking and texting yesterday, and Cam and I were talking and texting yesterday. Javante leaves today, so you're in constant contact with all of them, trying to because it's also good for our program. You want Cam to get drafted as high as he can get drafted. You want Trendon. So anything you can do to help those guys and encourage those guys. Trendon just finished his first week out in California and had a great week. And Cam just finished his first week and a half out there. Has been doing really, really well. Javante's been here and he's getting ready to go out and get cranked up. So, you're in touch with all those guys and their representatives and making sure that everything's going well. And if there's anything you can do to help out, you're trying to help out. So, we'll definitely stay in touch with Darius and help him through the process.
The program and the brand is on fire right now. LSU basketball is the buzz of the sport, and Will Wade is continuing to dominate on the recruiting trail as he has his roster pretty much set for next season. As he said, 2 weeks from now, they will be on campus. Thank you as always, Coach. We'll talk again soon. Boot up.
Thanks, guys. Boot up.
Yes, sir.
Boot up.
There he
boot
is.
up.
Oh,
boot up.
He's feeling it this morning, man.
That was a little extra, a little very chipper conversation.
He's feeling it this morning, man. Extend that guy. Jesus, man. What do you got to do to pay him? I mean, my God. LSU basketball roster, what he has done in the last couple of weeks, it gives you a little bit of insight on what they could look like, some of the combinations that they can throw out there.
A better ball defender than Frank Mason? That guy was the definition of he's been at Kansas forever.
Murray's was a huge part of the Efton Reid recruitment, talking about
the IMG, right?
Yeah, the IMG connection. I mean, bro, you're talking about starting to get players from IMG and Efton Reid and everything that's going into it. That was a good conversation.
I mean, who's having the best day of all is Jake Steinhardt. He just got hired by Will Wade. I mean, what a shout-out.
That was great.
You put your head down, you work hard, you get a job.
That's
Go
on
LinkedIn right now. Yes, I mean,
Jesus. We got to follow Jake Steinhardt. Make sure we get him on the social media.
Yeah,
make sure we get him that clip, bro. Make sure we show him, hey, if you're stressing your bills, dude, don't worry. You just got a job. All right, we'll come back. We will reset. We were supposed to be talking. We're supposed to be talking to Mama Bear here in a couple of minutes here, and in fact, here she is on the text. Let me get this set up, and we will talk again in about 40 seconds, about a minute here on the Jordy Culotta Show, presented daily to you by RMB Builders, RMB, Rhett Bourgeois, and the crew. Remember, rmb-builders.com is how you get in touch with them. You can find them there. Online, rmb-builders.com. Custom-made home. If they need a remodel and reconstruction, let RMB Builders help you. They also have a commercial license, so if you need help around the office, if you need some stuff done, get in touch with Rhett and the crew. rmb-builders.com. We'll come back and be set up. We'll react to that Will Wade's conversation and see if we got Mama Bear next, Efton Reid's mother, joining us here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in LaPlace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy@JordyCulottaShow.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy@JordyCulottaShow.com to learn more. Welcome back here to the Jordy Culotta Show. It has been a hell of a Monday morning here as we have been reacting to the good news around LSU basketball. We just hung up with the LSU basketball head coach, Will Wade. You could hear the excitement in his voice. Yeah, and
American
how can't you
Gangster
be,
was
man?
happy.
Check out the new merchandise here on the show. We've got some Will Wade boot-up shirts that we will be selling off of our social media. Jack has one right on. Now. We've got one on the pillow here. Katie will be describing and explaining how you can get your own boot-up T-shirt from us over here at the Jordy Culotta Show.
You don't have to wait. They'll be $25. We'll put it on Instagram.
One size fits most.
You can let me know, and I will ship it out to you, or you can pick it up.
Shout out to the old coach, Brian Merritt, for being a partner on this with the boot-up. Shout out to Mama Bear, as we have been excited and looking forward to our next conversation all morning here with Maria Reed. We were following Maria on Twitter before we were following Efton.
Yeah.
I mean, really and truly. I was keeping up with Mama Bear more than I was keeping up with Efton, but it was official yesterday as Efton Reid is an LSU Tiger. We just talked to Will Wade about the addition of Reed to the roster and what it means for LSU basketball. Now let's talk to the other side, what it means to Maria and her family. We welcome her aboard just a day after Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day to you, Katie.
Thanks.
Sorry we didn't do it publicly, but
no worries.
Happy belated Mother's Day to you, Mama Bear. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Yes. I'm doing well.
Yes.
Mama Bear is good and happy.
I bet she is. So this thing seemed wild. The recruiting seemed wild from everybody that was watching on social media. How crazy was it for the family?
It was incredible. I mean, everyone's like, is there a real Efton Reid? And does he exist? And, but Efton comes from a family that, we really don't do anything, except we pray about it first, and, this is not something that, we take lightly. We go into all things, we pray, and, we have to wait on God's answer. And it's been a heck of a ride, but, it finally came through. And as far as, him being comfortable, and I told my son, I said, look, you've got to go where your heart is, because if your heart is not in it, you're not in it. So we're just really excited. He told me, I was so excited, on Friday, and he was like, well, Mom, you know what? He's like, I hate to do this. He's like, but I think I want to wait. I'm like, okay. I'm like, oh my God. So he surprised me, for Mother's Day. Right. We really, are just excited to, to move forward and go Tigers. Let's go!
Yes, go! Boot up, Mama Bear. Boot up. I need a boot up T-shirt. I don't have anything from LSU. So
it's
coming to you, Mom.
Put me on the list.
You don't have to pay for it. We'll get your address off the air. We're putting one in the mail today, along with the Jordy Culotta Show hoodie. I heard about Efton.
I appreciate that.
I heard about Efton his junior year when he was in Richmond. And he was dominating the competition. I believe he was a double-double. He was a walking double-double his junior year, averaging 20 and 12. Then he makes the move to IMG Academy. Brandon Murray is a teammate of his. They're both now going to LSU. Can you tell me about that move, what it meant to Efton, and then the decision-making process of taking him out of his hometown and moving him down to IMG?
Well, the bigger thing here is that, we do everything strategically. And to be honest with you, it was nobody's, COVID actually decided that for us. I tell Efton, when you know better, you do better. That always comes from his, my sister, Dr. Lisa Starr. And I'm telling you, if he's not on that court, he's not getting better.
Yeah.
So when we got the opportunity that he could come to IMG, and here in Virginia, they shut everything down. So there was absolutely no basketball. So really it was a no-brainer for us to let him go to IMG, see the place, see if he likes it. He's like, well, I got to come visit to see if I like the place first. But, I mean, who doesn't like sunny Florida? You know what I mean? So that's really what drove us down there because, he can't get better if he's not working his body out, getting better, his athleticism, keeping his skills together, pick and pop, pick and roll on the perimeter, doing the whole 9 yards. So he was able to go down there and work on his body and get stronger.
Maria, there's a lot of guesswork going on about Efton's height. Can you confirm that for us, please?
Oh, yeah, he's actually 7'1".
Bam. Told y'all.
7'1".
6'9". Get the hell out of here. He's all a 7'1".
Don't even need shoes.
Are you kidding me?
Thank you.
Maria, can you tell us?
No,
go ahead.
Well, let me tell you. Well, Efton, he's always been tall. I mean, when I had him, he was 9.5 pounds. The doctor that I had, Dr. Leonard Touchette, he looked at me. I'll never forget. He said, "Do you realize you have an NBA player here?" And I said, "What?"
Love it.
I was like, "No way." He was like every baby that I've ever had. He was 23 3/4 inches long. He just came. He was a big boy.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when he came to first grade, he was just like, it's like he was 5 feet in the first grade. Wow. I'll never forget. We get to the first grade classroom, and the teacher says, "Fifth graders down the hall," and we said to her, we were like, "No, this is my classroom." And she's like, "What is your name? What is your name?" And she was like, "Oh my God, I've never had a student as tall as me." So, I mean, you know, what God created, you know, no man can put us under. And he's always been tall. You know, he's used to the whole world looking at him. How can he not be?
Absolutely.
You know, but God has prepared him for great things. So we're excited.
Can I just ask you, from your point of view, why LSU? What was it about LSU and Will Wade? You guys could have gone to any college in the country.
The biggest thing, absolutely, the biggest thing for us of Efton choosing LSU is because they have a plan for Efton. You know, Will Wade, he wins games. You know, not to mention he and I share the same birthday.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
This is hilarious. So that's amazing. You know, and his teammate, Brandon Murray, they roomed together.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon, he never pressured Efton and say, "Hey, man, come on to LSU, come on to LSU." But, you know, when you play together, you get to know each other. You know, they play well together. I think with the staff, with Will Wade, Coach Nickelberry,
yes,
you know, he gelled well with them. You know, they told him, Efton realized that he fits into their system, you know, and this is what he was really looking for. I mean, it was a big decision for us. He didn't want to go somewhere where it would just be all on him. He didn't want to go somewhere where they have so many bigs that, you know, he wouldn't be able to get the playing time. And that's the biggest thing, is the player development and the playing time. You know, and LSU, you know, they laid out the plan for Efton as far as, you know, what he would be doing for them. And, you know, it seemed to be a good fit. I mean, the decision did not come lightly. I definitely will tell you that, as far as, you know, really making sure. Efton is an analytical basketball player. He doesn't go into anything unless he does his research. And it just so happens that Will Wade and Coach Nickelberry, you know, they were able to seal the deal because the biggest point that Efton wanted was playing time and player development and getting his career to the NBA.
Wow.
And I don't care what anyone says. Will Wade, he gets his players to the NBA. And that's what Efton wanted. He wanted a coach that could train him and coach him and put up his numbers. It's all about basketball. It's all about, you know, doing what you're focusing on your goal. And that's what he did.
Boot up.
Mama Bear, I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. It's so great to meet you. Have you been to South Louisiana yet? Have you tried the food? Have you seen the culture? Have you heard the music?
I have never been there.
Oh, God.
I have never been there.
You are going to love it.
Yeah, I think somebody put on Twitter that I need to come down there for the oysters and the gumbo. I said, I'm coming. Mama Bear's coming.
The food alone will keep you. The culture you will fall in love with. It's all about the people down here. We cannot wait to meet your son, see him in the purple and gold. You can't imagine how on fire the state is after getting the news yesterday that Efton Reid is an LSU Tiger.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. I'm excited for him. I'm over-thrilled. I'm overjoyed. I don't even know if I slept last night, but
wow,
it's all so good. It's all good. We're excited. You know, when Efton's happy, I'm happy. And, you know, I've been a single mom for a very long time, and I will tell you that, you know, I've had to be the mom and the daddy,
yes.
You know, but I've raised Efton to be a humble spirit, you know, to be happy for others. And I tell him what God has for you is for you. Yeah. You know, don't let no man tell you differently. If it's going to be for you, it's going to be for you. You work hard, you put in good work ethic, you be patient. I mean, I remember about 4 years ago when we went to a diabetes association basketball game. And I met Chet Holmgren and his father.
Wow.
And his father sat with me the whole weekend. Nobody knew who they were, but they put in the work, they put in the time. Let's go! So I'm excited.
We're excited. You got to be refreshing that it's over too, right? Relieving.
Say that again.
A little bit of relief and refreshment that it's over.
I mean, the shoulders, the tenseness. But I mean, this is the process. We don't take things lightly. Any basketball coach out there will tell you my whole theme for his whole recruitment was relationships matter. That's my initial spell backwards now. Relationships matter. So, Efton, he is a relationship guy. He is not a hype guy where, I've got to go to this school because this is the thing. He's not like that. He wants to feel in his spirit that you're for him and he's for you. And with that combination, when you have somebody that believes in you, you can go as high as you want to go.
Mama Bear, Maria Reed, cannot wait to meet you face to face down here in South Louisiana. We got gifts in the mail coming to you. We got a Boot Up T-shirt. We also have a show piece of swag headed your way. Thank you so much for letting us in on a part of this process at the end here, because so many people at LSU are fired up that your son is in the purple and gold. So thank you for a little bit of insight this morning, and happy belated Mother's Day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, ma'am. We'll talk again soon. Thank you again. There's Mama Bear. There's Mama Bear checking
Bear
in
up
from Virginia, bro.
Hey,
I got tears
I think
in my eyes.
TJ Finley just got one up.
How about that on a Monday morning, bro?
What a proud
I'm ready to
mom.
go.
Wow. Okay. All right.
It's 85 and sunny to me after that interview.
Amazing, man. All right, we got Boot Up T-shirts. Jack has one on. You see the logo of General Wade there with the hashtag Boot Up. Lizzie's got one on as well. We do have XL only, but we will be able to we'll get on
post
this.
them up,
we'll get on
and
this.
y'all can email me and DM me, and I'll send them out.
But we're gonna put them on our social. We'll put them on Instagram. We'll put them on Twitter, and you'll be able to get in
TikTok
and order them.
Essential.
$25. We also have undisclosed location T-shirts.
We do have those, and if you didn't order yours when we told you to, we can get more, and we can get them quick. So let me know also if you missed the order on that, and I can get those printed for you really quickly.
All right, Daily, we're brought to you by Elevate. Remember what's happening over at Elevate as they can help you today with drug and alcohol rehab, as they are located in Baton Rouge over on Jefferson Highway. You can begin your treatment online this morning. If you want to log on to ELEV8treatment.com, elevatetreatment.com today is waiting on you. This is a major decision, obviously, in you, a loved one's life. If you want to make the time to log online to learn all about the programs and the services and how you can start your treatment right there from your computer, from your desktop, from your phone. You don't have to call. You don't have to you don't have to face-to-face. You can just start right there online at ELEV8treatment.com, elevatetreatment.com, proud supporter here of the Jordy Culotta Show. All right, let's reset here as Will Wade, Representative John Stefanski, and Mama Bear were stopping by here on a Monday morning. We haven't talked about any other news that happened over the weekend other than what's happened to LSU basketball. It has been worthy of the first 90 minutes of the show. We will tell you about what else happened this weekend when we come back here on the Jordy Culotta Show, driven and powered daily by Go Chevrolet. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy@JordyCulottaShow.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy@JordyCulottaShow.com to learn more. Gearing up for spring and summer down here in South Louisiana, and you want to keep your lawn maintained during these sunny seasons, get in touch with our friend Blake Abear over at Abear's Lawn Maintenance, where he says, you grow it, I mow it. 225-485-8022. 225-485-8022 is where you can find Abear's Lawn and Maintenance, the official lawn and maintenance company of the undisclosed location. Go Chevrolet is proud to announce Go Express Auto Sales, the new used car lot located in the capital city of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Go Express Auto Sales is online at goexpressautosales.com, or you can search them on Facebook and social media at Go Express Auto Sales, the newest addition to the family of Go Chevrolet. Remember, Go Chevrolet is located down in LaPlace, Louisiana, but now welcoming aboard Go Express, the new used car lot located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana at 11522 Florida Boulevard. Are you self-employed? Then you need to learn about Angel Oak's Home Loans Bank Statement program that they're offering, which makes you eligible as a self-employed borrower to purchase or refinance a home without requiring a tax return. If you want to learn more, get in touch with me. Email me, Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com, to learn about the bank statement loan program offered by Angel Oak. Jordy at jordyculotta.show.com to learn more. All right, welcome back into the Jordy Culotta Show here live on this Monday. Get your boot up t-shirts on our Instagram and on our Twitter today. We will be making another order. We've just got XLs in right now, $25 a pop. We've also got our UDL shirts that are online at our regular store, jordy.itemorder.com over there at Red Stick Sports. So,
and check out all our Southern Marsh gear over there, too, at jordy.itemorder.com, such as my rain jacket.
Including
perfect
that rain
day
jacket.
for it.
Yes.
Is this the first time you've noticed this?
Yeah.
I love it.
What marketing?
Yeah, get it.
I love it. This is working with all boys.
Yeah.
Hey, did you notice me over here?
No, what? Why?
Happy Mother's Day, what?
jordy.itemorder.com. Get your gear.
Yes, jordy.itemorder.com to pick up the latest in gear. We will have the boot up t-shirts on social media today. It was good to hear from Representative John Stefanski here on game day, as his bill will be out in front of the House today to be voted on, sports gambling bill. We also heard from Will Wade after the two newest additions to the roster over at LSU Basketball. Adam Miller's paperwork officially came into to the Tigers basketball program, and then yesterday Efton Reid made it official when he committed and signed his letter of intent on Sunday afternoon. Will Wade was talking all about that on the Jordy Culotta Show at 8 a.m. We will have that live, or we will have that up for you that you can go back and listen to. And then Maria Reed, who is Efton's mom, came in and gave the point of view of the player side of the recruitment, and tough not to fall in love with Mama Bear. Just an incredible personality, and you could hear in her voice just kind of the refreshment of it being over, but also laid out what went in to the principles of Efton making this decision, and her being a single mother, and giving it a little bit of background of just kind of where and how he got to IMG.
Childbirth.
From Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah, we were all in trauma over here after that. Like, oh, God. I mean, good for her.
Hell of an evaluator for the doctor.
Yes.
I mean, what an evaluation the doctor made 18 years ago As soon as he gave birth, he said, you just gave birth to an NBA player.
That was worth it.
I mean, wow. All right.
What you just went through will be worth it in 18 years.
Yeah, that's right. And Efton Reid is officially a Tiger, and she was saying why.
Did you hear that quote about Efton is very analytical and Will Wade is so good at that? I mean,
I thought the best answer of the interview, outside of just her showing her personality and how cool she is, was when we asked just simply, why LSU? And she essentially said exactly what Severe Wheeler's dad said. I mean, she pretty much did. I mean, we went back to the Wheeler stuff early on that he played on Instagram Live, and in fact, we played it earlier in the show. So if you missed it, RMB Builders are bringing back our podcast, or if you just are on this link, you can.
I have such a long day ahead.
You can scrub back. You do. You do.
Hey, we got coffee, buddy.
Jordy's so excited, and Lloyd's just like going down.
You can scrub back and check out the
call my doctor.
The Instagram, the Instagram live of Wheeler and his dad going through the possibilities of schools and where he could land. And when LSU comes up, Wheeler's dad calls Will the Elon Musk of college basketball, and the reason why he says it is because he's so detailed, because he came in there with a plan and how he was going to develop and said that it was all making sense. And if you listen to what Efton Reid's mom said, if you listen to what Maria Reed said here just 10 minutes ago on the Jordy Culotta Show when asked that question, it was about the analytical power and the description of development that Will Wade was giving to Efton. And that's what won out.
Even kids, they go in the transfer portal and they want to meet with him. He's like, no, we're not Zooming today. We're
just to Zoom.
Like, I got to meet with you. I need the plan. You need to see everything tick for tack. And it's just like, that's how he is.
Dude, could you imagine being the kid that's like, hey, you think I can hop on Zoom with a recruit today? It's like, hell no, dude. You think we're going to do this willy-nilly? Like, we got to put this thing on like a plan. Like, so sorry. Let me go back to my notebook.
Think about the efficiency rate.
Yes.
He said that they have Zoomed with 11 guys to his count. Think about the people they've got. I mean, if they're Zooming with that little amount of people and picking up that amount of guys, think how detailed and sharp they are in those presentations.
What's that kid's name that makes presentations?
What's that?
Who's the GA that he talked about that makes the presentation?
Jake Steinman? Steinbach?
No, Jake Steinhardt.
Jake Steinhardt.
Get it right. That man's going to be a legend here. He's having the best day of all of us.
Because of his PowerPoints.
I mean,
he's a hell of a PowerPoint.
His presentation. But, I mean, you think out of 11 Zooms, like Wade said, you've picked up Tari Eason, Adam Miller, and Efton Reid. You picked up Xavier Pinson. I mean,
batting 500.
You've picked up 4 starters. I mean, you've picked up 4 of the top guys, not only in the transfer portal, but guys that are still available as high school recruits. He's doing it at both angles. I mean, he's not just dominating the portal. He is doing that, but he's still cleaning up on the high school recruiting trail, which is the backbone, or has been the backbone of recruiting for so many years. I mean, this is more of an example and more of a reason, and I hope that this is happening behind the scenes of, you got to pay this guy.
Pay that man's money.
You've got to lock him up. Yeah. You've got to commit to him. And I understand the weariness of LSU and why they haven't done that up to this point. But when you look around and see, look at what USC, look at what happened to USC. Basketball's program. They were a part of the federal investigation that had an assistant coach arrested. And they got $5,000 in fines. They were docked nothing because they don't have anything hard on USC, just like they don't on LSU. If they had something on LSU, don't you know that the NCAA would have marched those violations down to LSU basketball's doorstep themselves from Indiana? Mark Emmert would have led the charge. They would have all shown up at LSU's doorstep for what LSU has meant to embarrassing the NCAA over the past couple of years because of what the NCAA has done to themselves. They're the ones that created all these stories about Wade. They're the ones that are saying that Wade's paying 11 players that are not at LSU. Give me a break. Give me a break. If they had evidence that Will Wade was liberally paying 11 players that didn't end up in Baton Rouge, his ass would have been toast 2 years ago. He'd have been fired a long time ago, man. They've got nothing on LSU. They're kicking it up the ladder to this independent council to look at whatever they have to try and make something up. I mean, think about it. For as bad as they want LSU, if they had them, they'd have taken them. For them to be in this part of the process and still sending people down here to interview, I mean, Wade's going to have to interview with an NCAA representative in a couple of weeks.
FBI's on campus.
They're good. The FBI's gone.
I know. I'm just laughing about. That's what they said a couple weeks ago. FBI's on campus. Like, yeah, right. I have not heard anything about the FBI being on campus.
The FBI is long gone from the basketball investigation because they were left standing with their dick in their hands. I mean, they're the ones
and
that
a link to a charity
making up stories. I mean, making up names. They had nothing, and then the NCAA's trying to kick it up councils and move it to independent boards to review. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. And if you're looking at it from LSU basketball standpoint, well, I mean, this guy has cornered the market on recruiting the transfer portal. He's still effective on the trail. He's winning games, and
he's not done.
There's no violations. What are we doing? You got to pay him. You got to extend him. Or, like we said, something is going to go down, because there always is when there's business related and money and people's egos and feelings, where something is going to open up Wade to a conversation with another school, and just like that, overnight, he could be gone. To a blue blood. To somebody that you got to play every year. To somebody that you got to recruit against every day. You really want to do that against this guy? And I don't think it's that dire at this point, but limit those days. Get this deal done. Like I said, I don't even think you have to give him more salary. I mean, the $2.5 million a year to coach the basketball program at LSU, to what he's done up to this point, seems about right. Seems about right. Tournament team, 3 straight years of regular season wins, the most in SEC over that time span. Been to the tournament each year, gotten to the championship game of the tournament.
Just go duration and incentives in the contract.
Absolutely. Give him more years.
And then, hey, you go to Elite Eight, Final Four, big incentives.
He didn't even get to coach his best squad.
No, he didn't. I mean, this was the first year he ever walked a tournament sideline representing LSU as the head coach. Last year, they were COVIDed out. The year before that, he was suspended. I mean,
pacing the hall like a madman, I'm sure.
Oh,
pulling his head out.
I mean,
I'm going to start recruiting.
That part of the book will be interesting.
Did you hear he was saying he wants Adam Miller 6 assists, already predicted, not 6 assists.
The algorithm said 2.5 assists.
From 3. That's crazy.
I love Adam Miller's commitment to the game. I didn't know that he was that type of student of the game. I mean, just listen, Wade, break him down.
And I think that's what Will Wade's finding those kind of guys where he relates to them on that level of, like, how seriously do you look at basketball and the way to play it in terms of what your skill set is. And if they're looking at it, like you said, both these guys have analytical minds. Will Wade does, Efton Reid does, and now Miller's doing the same thing, saying, no, I can get you 4 or 5 assists after watching your offense, and then the cat from Georgia's doing the same thing. So very interesting to see how they're kind of mind melding together.
Rusty Brooks saying, watch out, it could be a recruiting violation if we send gear to Efton Reid's mom. Rusty, how? We're not connected to LSU. Efton Reid's mom was just a guest on our show. We're sending her merchandise for stopping by. There's nothing illegal about that.
Merchandise.
I understand how LSU fans are a little nervous about everything that's going on out there, but we're in the clear, bro. I promise you. We're not trying to get anybody in any trouble, and Efton Reid's mom stopping by here and us sending her a little thank you gift in return for doing that is cool. So make sure that you are inside of the of our podcast. Make sure you are subscribed there for anything that you may have missed today. It'll all be back for you, as Efton Reid's mom was there, Mama Bear, and we talked to Will Wade, and we also talked to Representative John Stefanski. He had great stuff.
What a big day for him.
It is a huge day for Stefanski, and it's a huge day for sports gambling in our state.
He's going to get it.
He should.
He seemed very confident.
You know, he is the head of redistricting, and nobody wants to piss him off right now. And for whatever that means, there is a sense of political power that comes with that position that you have to exploit and that you have to use, and you have to at some times use for your personal gain. And right now, he's sitting in a position where everybody wants to do him a favor. Nobody wants to piss him off, because when the lines have to be recut and redistrict next year, he's He's the executioner.
What a spot.
That would totally go to my
he's
head.
the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
I was gonna ask that too.
He's 36 years old, bro.
Oh God, I feel like such a failure.
Yeah.
Stop.
Just
stop.
What a winner.
Family law business.
What a winner.
Hey, Mom, you still love me, right?
I think so. After yesterday, I printed her out a picture of her Mother's Day gift. It didn't quite. We couldn't get it together in time.
You made her a card.
Here's a Will Wade
We
shirt.
didn't make a card. I wrote a
Boot
little.
up, Mom.
Boot up, Mom. I'll get her a T-shirt.
Mom, I got you Efton Reid.
Oh yeah, it's XL by the way.
Show's gonna be electric tomorrow.
That's right. Some other things that happened this weekend that we did not touch on. LSU baseball takes 2 of 3 from Auburn.
Hey, how good is Trey Morgan?
Sheesh, bro.
I
love the freshman class, man.
There was one. It was game 1. He had a triple. I think it was in the 7th.
Great highlight. And
I don't know how that became a triple.
He was dead in between second and third.
Yeah, just take that thing in the back, dude. You're good.
mean,
as long as it doesn't get, as long as it doesn't beat you, as long as the ball doesn't beat you there, you're good.
It looked like the relay was coming in, and he was about 60 feet from third base, and somehow he just slid in there safe. It was a great. I think a triple is one of the great. Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah,
Friday?
yeah. Well, Jack was MIA,
That's right.
dude. He was up till about 4 a.m.
Jack picked up a Thursday night shift.
Yeah, it's bar back.
How was graduation weekend at the bars, bro?
Everyone went to Fred's, and I've never seen from the videos I've seen, I've never seen
saw
it so
too.
busy. It was like unreal.
It was crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
We
really cool
really did
scene.
nothing. I mean, Saturday we were pretty busy.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Can we talk about our water, by the way? I haven't mentioned them yet. Our water is brought to us by True Blue Water. TRUBLUE water.com. We go through a lot of water here. They're locally owned. They deliver, and they also deliver the My High pops and
that stuff's awesome.
liquids, and that's who's providing
Legal
our water.
steroids.
It's honestly pretty incredible how long we went without having water here.
It is amazing.
Yeah, that we were all alive and
We've
surviving.
Gone through a lot.
Yeah,
like half of the 5-gallon.
Yeah, we
deal.
realized how much you need to drink water.
We realized
it's like, oh God, we have it now.
Very dehydrated.
Yes,
and now we're not. Thanks to TrueBlueWater.com. TRUBLUE.com.
Peanut butter crackers, almonds.
Ooh, anything you need.
It's
Kind of coming together a little bit.
Got the water.
Just living here.
Sorry, we don't have the water for you, but we can get you a couple of almonds if you need them.
Would you like some to dry you out even more?
Peanut butter crackers.
And some almonds, yeah. It's a hard-hitting interview.
So, that's right. LSU baseball takes 2 or 3 over the weekend. We also had to talk about, how about Medina Spirit?
What's up with that?
That horse snuck out and got himself some steroids.
Right.
That damn horse.
Trainer Bob Baffert has been indefinitely suspended from Churchill Downs following the news that his winner, 2021 Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit, failed a drug test. Over the last 40 years, Baffert's horses have failed 30 tests. That
Love
seems
this
a
guy.
little shady, bro.
That
seems a little
We
shady.
didn't know this before.
Baffert has won 7 Kentucky Derby trainers as a trainer. He's the most recognizable face in the sport by a wide margin. This would be like LeBron James. This would be like Mike Trout. This would be like Tom Brady. The face of any league, consistently failing drug test. There is a second test today. If Baffert's horse Medina Spirit passes that test, he will be able to reclaim the winnings and the title of Kentucky Derby winnings. That's right.
That's all they're doing.
Is this the horse we talked about that all those guys?
No, but did they come in second?
They came in third.
Oh, they would get bumped up.
So
they'll
they get
move
up.
up.
Yeah, they'll get up.
What if they snuck in and injected the horses? That's what I would do.
Good strategy.
Yes. Call me up, guys
Good
from Brown.
strategy.
I will take the fall.
Who can
So
do
does
this?
the money,
Let's
the
call
money
Lloyd.
moves to them?
Hell yeah.
So
Yes,
first,
this is
that's out. First place money's
He's
out.
got to
So
give
those
that
people
money
make
back.
more money.
He's got to give that money back.
And it trickles down then to
Yes.
second, third, and
First,
so on.
whoever finished fourth now will become third, second.
Okay.
You know,
Wait. What about if you gambled on it and you won a little bit of money?
that ticket will now be claimable. But I don't know
No,
what you
but
do to
my
payouts.
Medina
that's
Spirit
a lot.
claimed that
I
ticket.
don't know
It's
what you
already
do.
in the account.
Right
Yeah, I mean,
there.
as far as the payouts go on Medina Spirit, I'd imagine that those.
I mean, good luck getting
those
that
are
back
lost.
from me.
Do you not drug test prior to the race, though?
You do drug test prior to the race, but there is
It's
some.
like a 48-hour window.
There is a post drug testing.
Oh, what drugs are we tasting?
Right.
And don't you
Stick
know?
around post show.
You know you're getting tested,
Celebrating.
right?
Yes, I mean.
That's just bizarre to me.
I mean, if there's any sport to do this and run this gambit, it's absolutely horse racing, where you go in, you get your horse all jacked up on PEDs, you win the race, and then a week later you get in trouble. The news is already run. Who cares? You got the celebration. You got to do everything that was fun.
Raise your hand if you care. Exactly.
It's like a news story coming out on Friday. You're like,
Yeah.
Forget about it by Monday.
Medina Spirit, though. I mean, and can you really blame the trainer? He's got a bad horse. That's his fault.
Yeah.
You got to keep eyes on that horse, dude. You can't let him out at night.
Because as Baffert said, as Baffert said, it wasn't me. You know
That's the funniest part, dude.
I don't know. I mean, I never touched the horse. Okay, well, somebody did, Bobby.
It wasn't
you know
the
what
horse.
I mean? It wasn't Medina Spirit, bro. You know what I mean? Unless he's out there shooting up, you got yourself a hell of a horse.
Please find an image of that. Make an image of that horse shooting up.
Bob Bat wasn't me.
I took a chance on this
Wasn't me,
horse.
bro.
I knew he had a problematic
Wasn't
past.
me. Don't look at me. I don't know.
Horses take steroids. There's like no integrity to the game. They're not human. So like make them the best
Horse you
athletes
can.
Yes,
possible,
man.
right?
I mean, I think you can do that in any sport.
I've been saying
I'm not
that forever.
The integrity of the game.
Juice my baseball players. Let me
like-
see them hit a home run 600
Yes.
feet, man.
Did
I want to
jockeys
see a
get
horse
tested
fly.
I'd
No.
imagine.
They don't?
No, they get tested for drugs.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
talking like
Yeah, well, yeah.
like cocaine.
Cut weight drugs,
Yeah.
yes. There's a very
Not
seedy
performance
underbelly
enhancing?
for jockeys.
No.
That's very interesting.
And they're
Just
little,
riding.
like half
Yeah, I
line,
guess.
probably.
I mean, I don't know. Say that
Adderall.
to a jockey.
I mean, what would be a performance-enhancing drug for a jockey? Like Adderall?
Adderall,
I
cocaine,
guess.
anything. Well, then they have to
Both.
keep their weight so low, so they're all trying to
Yeah.
stay trim. I should have gotten the jockey game,
You
dude.
should have.
Yeah, you
You're not
should.
short enough.
Right? Never heard that.
Little too
Come
thick.
on.
Too tall.
I'm too tall.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
Aerodynamic though. Look at this head, dude. On a horse, you kidding me?
The wind blowing, the locks.
We talked a little bit about this going into the weekend. If you saw it over the weekend, Russell Westbrook has tied Oscar Robertson for the most triple-doubles in NBA history, which is just incredible to say out loud. This is the 10th time Westbrook had posted a triple-double versus the Indiana Pacers. In fact, Westbrook officially averaged a triple-double for the 4th time of his career after recording on over the weekend 14 points, 21 boards, and 24 assists
Jesus, dude.
against the Pacers last week. After the contest, Robertson said himself to the New York Times that he hopes that Westbrook breaks his record. Hey, Oscar, the record's dead, bro.
Dude.
It's over,
It's
man.
hitting its sights.
I mean, it might be over this week. Entering Saturday's game, Westbrook was averaging 21, 11, and 11 on the season. He finished with 33, 19, and 15 with his performance over the weekend.
I think for the month he was averaging 26, 13, and 12, which is just
It's just stupid.
Well,
I mean, it's just.
and also-
and remember, he's playing with Bradley Beal. Beal had 50 on Saturday night. I mean, he put up these numbers. He had 33, 19, and 15, while Bradley Beal had 50 for Washington. And I think that we will look back, and while I don't think that we're going to celebrate Russell Westbrook like we probably should on what he's accomplishing, but you're going to look back and say, damn, he was doing all this playing second fiddle to a lot of guys. I mean, he played second fiddle to KD and Harden in Oklahoma City for the first part of his career.
PG.
He split it with Paul George later in Oklahoma City for that one season. He went down to Houston and split it with was it Chris
Harden.
Paul and Harden? No,
No,
it was
he-
Harden.
yeah, it
he
was
was traded
Harden.
for Paul.
Yes.
He was traded for Paul, but he had to split it with Harden again, and now he's playing in Washington alongside Bradley Beal.
I mean, Harden and Beal are like the two highest usage players.
Right. I mean, they're pretty much the same player.
Yeah.
And Bradley Beal is head to head right now with Steph Curry for the scoring lead in the NBA. And as we said, Curry or Beal had 50 on Saturday night to raise his scoring average to 31.4. And I love Steph Curry. This is why I love Steph Curry. He was asked before Saturday's game versus Oklahoma City if he had seen what Beal had done as far as scoring, and he said, "You're damn right, I did." I saw it, and I want that scoring title.
Everybody's watching that,
season.
dude. All of those guys are watching that ticker, dude. Wait, he got what? All right, let me lace him up. Got to try tonight.
So what's Curry do? Goes out and has 49 on
he's
Saturday
unreal.
night, which pushes his scoring average to 31.9 points per game for the season, which is a half point clear of what Bradley
Averaging
Beal.
40?
He's averaging 31.
Oh, yeah.
Did I say
okay.
41?
Yes, you said 39. I thought.
No, 31.9.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
So 32. I mean, he's
Jeez.
averaging 32 a night.
That's unreal.
I think he's the MVP, right?
No, Jokic.
Jokic, is he the leader in the clubhouse right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen this
Yeah,
big going back
Jokic still
between
winning after
Embiid.
Murray.
Yeah, Embiid was up there for a while. Steph Curry
Well,
was
what
in the
about
mix.
Chris Paul. I mean, they have
That would be my
God,
vote.
they
Chris
have the
Paul
best
has been.
record.
He doesn't have like the numbers that these other guys have, but the
most
way
valuable,
yes,
what they were last year to now. The only addition was Chris Paul.
That's the debate.
You take Paul off of the Suns, and who are they?
The same team.
They're
as
lost.
Last year.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
The 10th seed. 2 years from being 2 years away.
You know what else we didn't talk about this weekend? Was DK Metcalf.
Oh
my God.
How scary was DK Metcalf?
He doesn't even fit in the track lane, dude.
In the open 100. Somebody was like, we were watching it where it was like, which one is he? I was like, say what? Ask that question again.
Yeah.
Look at that lineup. Oh, yeah, he's in the second. He's in the second lane, right? Yes.
The one that looks
he is in the second lane, bro. I mean.
The running fridge.
What? Now, he finished 9th, and he was up against world-class sprinters. But he clocked a 10-3 in the 100, man. And he's weighing 235 pounds, man. And just to see him open up and run, and I know the Buda Baker highlight will live on forever of him chasing Buda Baker down.
23 miles per hour.
I mean, and Baker's reaction, I think, after the game is just like, is the best. I mean, he was like, I look back. And I was like, are you kidding me, man? I had been caught since 4th grade.
Yeah, dude, I'm in the clear.
I'm an NFL football player.
Getting hunted.
This cat is coming from no angle, just hunting it, just straight from the back. Catches Buda Baker. And to see him running alongside world-class track athletes in the Olympic trials on Sunday afternoon, and to see his size and speed in a track uniform on display as an NFL football player, I mean, just as the layman, I mean, that is some scary shit, man.
Somebody has to get in front of that.
That is a freight train running at you. I mean, he's Terrell Owens.
Dude, he's 2.0 Terrell Owens. He's a monster. Terrell Owens is probably like 220. DK Metcalf's 235, dude, and running a 10-3, and you have to go tackle him.
Dude, that's a life decision.
I would turn into hamburger meat.
I mean,
he hadn't competed in track since high school before Sunday.
Oh man, imagine a long day at Calc and you gotta go against him in the 100. Coach, my hammer.
Yeah, coach, you know
dude, just
what?
to see him in a singlet, like show up in the track uniform, like never mind.
You want me to anchor versus him?
Good God.
Hey,
what is he doing? What is he doing here? He's running today.
Yeah, in the Kentucky Derby.
10.36 he clocked on Sunday, man. I mean,
Lakewall's right behind him. 10.7.
10.36 at 235 pounds at 6'3", catching balls over the middle in NFL is what the hell is going on?
Thunder.
Sounds like Iraq.
I mean, let up for God's sakes down here, man.
The quote I love that he said was, because I'm a football player and an athlete first, so I just do things because I want to do it.
And he is.
I mean, who's going to tell him no?
He did it.
Not me.
Is he the best athlete in the world right now? I mean, in our country, like LeBron has always held.
He has 1.7 body fat.
He's always held like that. You know, like
this guy's nuts.
You do whatever you toss LeBron a volleyball, he'll probably be great at it. Give him a golf club, he'll probably be great at it. I mean, put him on ice skates, he'll probably be able to ice skate.
Yeah, you
whatever
saw.
it
Yeah,
is,
you
man.
saw.
I mean,
you
can do it.
Yeah, you saw him play like that flag football game against Kevin Durant, and LeBron James absolutely looked like an NFL player.
Oh yeah,
like it was unbelievable how easily that translated.
His football highlights from high school.
Or
if he commits to it, he's the #1 pick in the draft.
Yes, maybe next year. He could still try to go after it.
DK feels like that type of athlete now.
Yes.
I mean, he feels like he's in his prime, and if you tossed him whatever,
a lob,
he'd be great. Absolutely. Are you kidding me?
God.
Throw him a half-court lob. He'll go grab it out of, just
top off the roof.
Go grab it out of orbit. You know what I mean? Like that cat could go into space.
Zion's
it looks like
up there. You're 280 and can do that.
Zion feels like he's one of those athletes right now, but DK Metcalf feels like that he is the best athlete in the country. I mean, just in America, that somebody you could just toss him anything and say, hey, I'll give you 2 hours to go practice at, come back and perform at it, and he'll be fantastic. I mean, nobody has any idea that watches that highlight of running a 10-3 next to world-class sprinters and just discounts that. You have no idea how
what
hard
you're
that
looking
is.
at.
You have no idea how hard. Those people have been training for that moment their entire life. DK Metcalf decided to do that 2 months ago. You know what I mean?
Last week, dude said, where are my track spikes from high school?
And goes out there and finishes 9th. I mean, any other athlete in the NFL probably is 4 or 5 steps behind those guys just on the stage, just by being on the stage. I'm not saying that they can't perform, but I mean, when they say ready and you're thinking to yourself, holy shit,
what am I doing here?
I'm lined up next to a bunch of world-class Olympic athletes about to sprint. And he goes out there and clocks a 10-3, running right side by side. I mean, the highlight, 9th on that trial is by an eyelash. I mean, it's incredible. I think it's something that we do not respect in what we're watching, and just how impressive of athleticism.
Do you think Tyreek Hill's faster than him?
Probably.
It would have to be by. It'd have to be by like a couple of like 10-8.
I mean, but a step.
I just did because his
but
first.
Think about it.
Dude,
Tyreek Hill is my size.
That's what I'm saying.
You know
it's
what
unbelievable.
I mean, DK Metcalf is the size of a power forward, and he's step for step with him.
The first 40, he was. They were all tied together at the first 40. It wasn't evident that he was going to lose until they really opened up, and that's when you see 10-1 speed. Yeah. But the first 40, he was in it.
Very impressive by DK Metcalf. Everybody be careful today. It looks like crap outside. It's starting to come down.
Before we go, I'm getting some emails about the Boot Up shirts.
Yes.
So those will be posted on our social soon. Just a reminder, they are XL only
for now.
But they're $25 each. Email me, or you can get in my DMs, and I'll give you our Venmo, and they're $25 each.
Easy, fellas.
Easy,
fellas.
I'm looking at you, Carl.
That's not an invite to just DM.
It is if you want to buy things.
Yes.
You want t-shirts all day.
You're leaving that very open for interpretation, Katie.
T-shirts.
T-shirts.
Enjoy your Monday. Good stuff from today was a good show. Thanks for everybody interacting. RMB Builders bringing back all of our podcasts. Remember, Will Wade, Mama Bear, Maria Reed stopping by. And Representative John Stefanski. Huge day for Captain America. We will be up there and supporting our guy up at the Capitol today. And so can you. Remember, it's open to the public over there at the legislative session. If you've got something you're passionate about or want to talk to your senator or to your representative, they're right there every day.
It's like the Ryder Cup. Do you get to go cheer? Do you have a cheering section?
It's much more interactive than you think it would be.
Really?
I mean, you can walk up, like Stefanski said, there has been some rules and regulations put in since COVID, so you can't, walk up to what they call the railing of the floor and kind of, hey, call them over. But I mean, they're walking the halls, they're out in the open, and you can absolutely talk. They're accessible.
They're like real people.
Paint your face and paint your chest and go with the sign in there. Yes.
Give Will Wade's facilities. Stefanski said, "Pay that man." Have a good Monday. Go Chevrolet. Stop in and see them in LaPlace, or if you're looking for a used car over on Florida Boulevard, Go Express Sales. Thanks for all the interaction. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Brad Johnson, Max's dad, is going to be on at 7:30 tomorrow morning. So make sure you're tuned in for that. Incredible TikTok game he's got.
God, dude,
Big Bad Brad.
Big Bad Brad.
Big Bad Brad. I mean, it rolls off his tongue. All right, go Chevrolet. We'll see you all tomorrow.
All-time visor guy.
Yeah.